Greetings and salutations to another episode of Untitled KKP Show for the month or the week of 24th May 2025. I'm your host, Jonathan Toyat, aka Mr. Toffee. You notice that there's only going to be one camera screen right now, on my screen especially, because my buddy, Lewis, he's not feeling well, and plus he's been really busy with a upcoming game that we're going to be talking about next week. Can't wait to actually check that out. But in the meantime, I'm going to be running this particular episode solo. Let me know what you guys think about this format and whatnot, see how it goes. I'll do my best to see what I can do to, uplift the spirits and, bring it up. We're going to be going through the emotions, of course. We usually talk about, just like every show that we've done for the past few weeks, we talk about what we've been playing, or rather what I've been playing. And then we're just going to get to the news. Sounds easy enough, right? Yep. Very easy. You notice I'm feeling a lot more relaxed, I can tell you that, because I have been, I actually just got back from Kuching. I took a trip down, had to do some personal government-related stuff, and then after that one particular day, then I had basically like I got Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday, and Thursday afternoon, like just... it's just a mixture of doing a bit of work for KKP and also just relaxing. Then manage to check out some sights and sounds. I checked out a bunch of cafes, Southern Bistro Cafe. There's a place called See Good Food. I met up with some pretty awesome game developers. Thanks a lot, Suwan Go and the folks at Control D, who are currently hard at work at making Over Hours, a pretty nifty Southeast Asian made indie title. It's isometric view. It's tower defense, I believe. There's definitely an action element going on. I played a bit of that. Really fun. Can't wait to see the full game, which hopefully might be this year or the early part of next year. We'll see how it goes. The team over at Control D, they brought me to see good food. I finally had my midden cravings sorted. For those who don't know what midden is, it's actually, they call it, the official word I saw on the menu is Sarawakian fern. So it's fern that you can stir fry, cook with oyster sauce and whatnot, and you serve it fried. Well, not deep fried like American fried, it's more like stir fry on the wok fry. Really awesome dish. You gotta eat it with rice to, just a bit of carbs and nice midden, like that's your vegetarian meal. It's like eating kailan, but a bit more, it's like a lot more, it's definitely crunchier in a sense, and it's a different texture, the kind of texture that's very unique coming from a fern-like plant. Or at least fern that you can eat, that's stir-fried, dipped in lovely nice oyster sauce, or bits of it, garlic of course, and and to accompany midden, we also had seafood tofu, which I thought could have been a bit more brown, I feel. Like, in terms of like, oh, maybe just stir fry a bit and then you just boil it in the clay pot. That's good stuff. Got dried chili chicken and fried fish. So, this fish that I ate in Kuching cannot be found anywhere else except in the rivers of close to Kuching and, where the North River Sea part is. It's like, imagine fried anchovies in Malaysia, except the body of the fish, like top part of it, it's a bit more fleshier with the coating of the fry on top, batter on it. It's different. Like, if you had fried anchovies and fried fish from, I guess, the village where my dad's from, Muka, it's a different texture compared to this fried fish I had in Kuching. Wish I had a better picture of it. You can check my Instagram to check out pictures of the food. Except for that particular time, I guess we're just so hungry, we totally forgot to take photos. It's crazy. But when I'm usually eating on my own, that's when I take the photos and whatnot. So, other stuff that I've ate in Kuching, of course. I mean, I know it's a video game podcast, but whenever you're in a different country, especially in Southeast Asia, you gotta talk about the food. The food is what you gotta talk about, like all the awesome delicacies, the different ways you make fried noodles, steamed food, or the different ways to make chicken rice. In my case, I've had kampuami, 2 variants. One that's with special, which is dumplings on top. char siu on the side, and then there's one with fried chicken. So imagine the Shilin chicken, but not 25 RM. This is like, I believe it's about 9 RM, 10 RM, pretty close around there. And then the lady just chopped up the chicken with the kitchen scissors. Really good stuff. Definitely not as peppery, but it's good. I kind of prefer the kind of crunchy fried chicken where it's like not too salty, not too peppery, not too strong. Doesn't make you basically just sneeze as soon as you just take a whiff at it. It's the good kind of fried batter. For the other Kampua mee dish, I really wish the dumplings were bigger. I remember having really big dumplings in one of KL's more famous Kampua mee places, which unfortunately got shut down because of Mixi. That goddamn Chinese place with the ice cream and whatnot. You know what a Mixi is. Come on, it's the one with the snowman as a logo from China with the red background. It's basically like an epidemic that's spreading all over Malaysia, and I'm very sure it's gonna spread all over East Malaysia too, eventually. Man. Happier things. I guess I had my fix of laksa, Sarawak. I probably had the best one on the first day. My cousin Stuart brought me, as soon as I touched down from KL to Kuching, that was the first place I went to, King Laksa. Really awesome prawns and really awesome soup noodle laksa concoction, where I ordered the big one. Well, it's not called the big one, it's called, I guess, the big prawn noodle. I think it's called King. I forgot the exact name of the dish, but it's basically 4 giant tiger prawns, all cooked red, in the middle of the laksa bowl with the chicken and the coconut laksa gravy. Oh man, just talking about it just makes me want to go back to the state again and just eat it again. It's good shit. It's good shit, I'll tell you. Yeah, that was I've also checked out a bunch of other places. There's a place called Canteen near the waterfront. It is really... Yeah, they actually had a nice fusion of this chicken dish called kacang ma, where it's like a bunch of special herbs from Kuching, exclusively in Kuching or at least in Sarawak, where they chop it up. It smells very alcohol-y and very rough. It's like a very, very... Imagine a stronger version of ginger, if that's even possible, and a bit more sharp. You mix that with chicken, that's a really nice chicken dish, but it can be too strong for some. Imagine mixing that with Alfredo chicken pasta. That's the dish I had in Canteen. It was a fusion mix between Italian and Sarawakian, and it's really, really good stuff. I would eat that again. It's I had that alongside fried squid. The way they made it, it's like char grilled, nice sambal sauce you can dip into it. It's all chopped up. It's a big ass squid, I believe. It's really good stuff. Really good stuff. So Canteen, another place I recommend. King Laksa, another franchise I recommend. See Good Food, that's also another coffee shop. Top Shop's also another good one in Kuching. It's the one that is closer to where I was staying at around the waterfront. A bunch of hotels here and there, but the See Good Food is southwards from where the North Hotel waterfront area is. Everything's all walkable. It's all walkable distance. From my hotel to See Good Food, it's about 10 to 12 minutes down. Yeah, really good. And it's just basically a veritable feast of food. Yeah, and also I did manage to play some games too along the way while, waiting for people to hang out with and, waiting for dinner time and lunchtime, of course. Yeah, good stuff. Overall, 10 out of 10. Would do that trip again when I have time, just for food and whatnot. Maybe spend an entire week just sampling every different locales and whatnot for good tasting stuff. I'll probably need to update my Google Maps. I've actually kind of got the status as a guy who puts up a lot of food reviews and photos. Probably will need to update that with all the Kuching visits I've done. So look forward to that. And now let's get on to the stuff I played. Enough rambling about food. I'm sure I made half the audience kind of pretty hungry. Very, very. Just want to rush down to the closest. If you're listening to this in Semenanjung, Malaysia, you probably just want to rush down and just have some laksa. You can probably get that sort of thing from, I believe, SS Fleury, Taman Mega. closer to Kelana Jaya area. Parking is a bitch because it's one of those places where the food is good, you got a lot of hawker centers and stalls, mixing with some of the expensive stuff like My Burger Lab and My Pizza Lab. Except it gets really packed over there, so you may need to actually go there early or be resourceful of your parking. You might have to probably park at a housing area and walk a couple of miles if you have to. So onto some games. I believe I've talked about Blades of Fire a while back. I played the full version of it. Did not complete it. I did play 20 hours of it, enough to maybe give my verdict. And it is an alright action title. So the hook of this game is you're a blacksmith, you get to create weapons. My preview of this game is basically echoing the sentiment of my review, which is to say that if you are not souled out by Souls-like games or action RPGs with the Souls-like DNA, you might want to give Blades of Fire a shot. It's just that I do feel there are like 1 to 2 stages that actually wear out your welcome. They just take too long to finish because it's an escort mission. Surprise, surprise. It has that 2000s kind of vibe artwork. Kind of reminds you of a game like Fable, but with a bit more violence. I kind of like the weapon creation system because you get to play around with different weapons, create them, and then use them for every different scenarios. There are some nice mechanics you can actually that I believe some game developers should actually crib from, like the targeting system, where if your reticle is fully red on an enemy, that means your weapon is pretty useless against that guy. You have to switch to another different weapon, so that when it's all green, you're gonna do crit damage and kill the guy in 2 hits. Compared to when the reticule is orange, where it will hurt the enemy, but you might take a while and then you might actually ruin your equipment while doing so. Equipment degrades as you keep fighting, so if you're spamming your attacks needlessly on enemies who are orange to you, then you might need to pay a visit to the forge more often compared to when you have all different types of weapons at your disposal, like a halberd, a flamberg, claymore, dual axes, twin blades, and short swords to, accommodate for the entire situation or the area you're in. The game makes you makes you create as much equipment as you can, make your visit to the blacksmith as, how do you say, like, detailed as possible, so you don't have to make repeat visits, so that you have enough equipment to, get through enemies without ruining it too much. I mean, when you fight a boss, that's a given already. I mean, like, your equipment's going to degrade, but how fast you want it to degrade is really up to you and how smart you can be with your equipment. So for that, I give developer Mercury Steam the props for making something a little bit different. Maybe if they could actually cut... I mean, I've heard some of my pals who feel that in the media who said that the game takes too damn long to finish. It could have actually used like maybe 10 less hours. I mean, I haven't finished it, but 20 hours in, I wish the game was 5-6 hours shorter. You could actually do without some of the escort missions, and some stages could be less maze-like. Like, you already have the resource management thing to deal with your equipment, so maybe just add in more smarter enemy placement and better boss placements, because it's a promising title. Maybe some tweaks to the level design could help, but as it stands, it's a decent title, and I hope it actually finds its audience. It's I guess you could say it's not really for me, as someone who is already burnt out by Elden Ring Shadow of the Earth Tree last year, and by Elden Ring a couple of years back. And also, this is coming from someone who played the demo of First Berserker Kazan and actually prefer playing that than Blades of Fire. So make of that what you will. Make of that what you will. Moving on, the next game on my list is Sea of Stars, Throes of the Watchmaker. This is an 8-hour post-game DLC where you control Zale and Valir again, the heroes of Sea of Stars, as you go in a new adventure area, which is basically a circus of carnage, a circus from hell, created by the clone of the Watchmaker called the Puppeteer. You go inside, you actually have another pal who comes into the game with you. He's called the Artificer, who is in the base game. He was an NPC, and then now he is playable. We're just gonna call him Artie for, short form. This It's a really good DLC. I mean, it's free for one, but at the same time, you know, developers Sabotage Studios put a lot of love in creating the best encore DLC you can actually ask for a game that got Game of the Year from us back in a couple of years. We gave the base game 100 out of 100. The DLC just builds upon that, just adds in a nice stage, gives you nice classes to play with. You get Artie, who has a laser cannon fire, a couple of special moves where basically he shoots a bunch of cannons, and he basically uses a trampoline to make those cannonballs bounce as much as it can, hitting the enemy, and the attack ends when you basically fail to catch 2 or more of the balls you shoot out. You also have a leapfrog attack, which is basically Mario's jumping attack in Mario and Luigi, except through the robot. And it's you can basically just, if your button presses are timed well enough, you can actually continue the attack until you flop up. So the timing gets more and more strict the more jumps you get onto an enemy. So when you target one enemy, Artie will jump onto the next one, and then the next one, until back to the last enemy he jumped onto, and then you can just keep this attack going until you mess up the input. It's a really cool skill-based attack. Zale, because in the story you actually lose a bit of their powers, all your solstice powers, so they actually have to gain new powers in the circus realm. So Zale is a juggler and Valir is an acrobat. So Zale basically juggles balls of fire into opponents' faces and throws a pie at his ally's face to heal them, or even his own face. Valir, she actually has a pole vault for an attack, and then she can actually do a limbo kind of dance where a bunch of poles come out from the left side of the screen, and you basically have to press a button to avoid the red poles, but you have to absorb the green poles. The green poles heals your team, the red poles damages all the enemies on the screen. So that's a really cool way of doing the attack. And I believe what works with this DLC is that it's just 8 hours with all the boss fights you could want from a circus themed area. You've got like got the ivory tower, you've got like a jungle, you've got like the big top, you even get to fight a train at one point. And yes, a Final Fantasy VI trope that has popped up online actually makes its way in this, which I kind of thought it was kind of funny, really awesome stuff. But without spoiling it, this is actually one of those good DLCs you want to actually buy. And plus with the game on discount right now, yeah, it's worth the buy. I still recommend it. I think the only requirement is you might need to finish the game to get to the DLC. Maybe the comments, or I need to check the forums to just double check on that. But for now, this DLC gets a high recommendation, not just because it's free, because it's actually well put together. And if you actually get to collect the bonus time runes from doing all the puzzles, you get a really cool cutscene that ties in the game with Sabotage's other game, which if I mention the name, you'll probably know. It's a good little callback, throwback to, you know, that ties in together with the other game that Sabotage created back in the day. So yeah, hearty recommendation. Next up, I guess the last game on my list is SEDAP. That game would have been a good segue to my Kuching trip. I just realized, maybe if I actually edit this, nah, I'm just gonna keep it. Just whatever we roll, we just record, right? Keep it authentic, keep it real. So SEDAP, a culinary adventure, is a action isometric title where you control Som and Go as they explore the jungles of Kaya, the Kaya Wilds or Kaya Jungle, the Kaya Island, where you cook for residents in the land where food goes bad really quick. So you kind of need to be quick with serving your food. So this game is inspired by Overcooked, but also with other action titles too, where you control Som as he cooks and Go as he goes out to forage and hunt for creatures for food. So in the single player mode, when you head out to the jungle, you actually automatically transform into Go to hunt down the boars, hunt down the chickens, get the eggs, find herbs, and then turns out that some herbs and some vegetable stalks actually are living creatures. You kind of have to fight them, action style. And then when you're in the kitchen, you put the ingredients together, put it in the wok, or the pressure cooker, or the pot, or the prep table, and then you have to do a little mini game depending on which kitchen tool you use. So if you're cooking things in the wok, you gotta basically you get this little ball that goes left and right. You gotta hit the ball onto the marked area, time it so that you can actually cook it faster. If you miss it, the game pauses for half a second, telling you fuck up, and then you gotta do it again. Fail 3 times, you gotta do the dish all over again, which means hunting down the ingredients and whatnot. It can get punishing, but that's the way you have to learn to be good in a game like SEDAP. And yeah, I believe developers did mention at one point where SEDAP is made for people who don't have friends in Overcooked and who like Southeast Asian dishes. And they might have a point there. I believe they know their market, knowing the Singaporean developers, the Copyforge, where you have a lot of people in your native country who are very competitive and don't like to work together. Yeah, it's a stereotype. I'm sorry if it's a stereotype, but whatever. That's a joke. That's a joke. So don't flame me, all right? But generally, there are a lot of people like us who just want to just play games on their own. I mean, teaming up in online games is fun and all, but sometimes you just want a single-player game with a decent story and some fun, overcooked restaurant serving action like Diner Dash, Overcooked, and an action game. And SEDAP actually does have that in spades with lovely, authentic, I guess a tribal percussion-heavy music, really good traditional style music that's original, got a nice little art style, and especially when you are in the midst of, cooking and filling up your Makanomicon, which is, a play on the Necronomicon, of course, from Evil Dead and other horror films and whatnot. So yeah, it's got a little cute vibe thing going on. Really enjoyable. Also, it's not the kind of game you want to actually play in long stretches of time. You just want to play a couple of stages, you're done, and then you come back again after a break. That sort of deal. And I didn't actually play the online co-op yet, but I did play local co-op. It works out just great with the split screen and the moving around. Really works really well. Yeah. So I'd say a hearty recommendation to Copyforge's SEDAP on the show. We got our written review along with Sea of Stars DLC and Blades of Fire. You can check out our reviews on Kakuchopurei.com. But yeah, basically just in a nutshell, Blades of Fire, okay. Sea of Stars DLC, highly recommended. SEDAP Culinary Adventures, highly recommended as well. And good job to Singapore's Copyforge for a really tasty title. On to the news! What do we got? Just gonna check it out. So, for so long, we are getting a Clash of Clans and Clash Royale animated series from Netflix. What else is there to say about that? I think this is gonna be an all ages kind of title. It's gonna be, if it's gonna be an animated series, I'm guessing 8 episodes or 10 episodes of funny hijinks, slapstick comedy between the barbarians and the archers, the skeleton people, the wizards. Yeah, I played Clash of Clans and Clash Royale. They're cute games on mobile. Took Supercell a while to actually make these titles. Let's see. It's a little teaser. Let's see. The showrunner will be Fletcher Moles. He actually made those Clash animated shorts on Instagram. Head writer is Ron Wiener. He probably did a bunch of shows like Futurama, so probably a bit more slapstick humor from a game like Clash of Clans and Clash Royale. Let's see. Here's a press release from John Durdian, the big cheese at Netflix Animation. Clash has been a global gaming phenomenon for over a decade. Oh, that's it. Oh, okay. Kinda expected something like maybe 2 or 3 sentences. It's a cash grab thing. I mean, if a Minecraft movie can make that much money in the box office worldwide, so can Clash of Clans and Clash Royale. Really not much for me to say about this, honestly. It's just another going through the motions for Netflix. They have done quite a lot of video game adaptations. The Tomb Raider one, Devil May Cry. A lot more. Arcane is also the biggest one last year, so I guess they're looking for another hit in their hands, something a bit more all ages, perhaps. I mean, Sonic Prime, that was also a Netflix exclusive. Let's not forget that. It's a Sonic show where they had like lots of like alternate universe Sonics and Amy's and Shadows and Tails, you know, doing their adventure thing. Really insane stuff. But yeah, this is pretty normal for Netflix to just basically make as many shows as they want to on their platform, and just making more, especially video game ones where, you know, the kids, it's just something the kids are gonna tune in, you know, just a bit of brainless, you know, entertainment going on. Yeah. Other interesting news, we have Shift Up. They just showcased their Stellar Blade. Maybe they'll just start off from the top. They're making a Stellar Blade sequel in the works and may be out quicker than Stellar Blade's announcement to launch time. So something tells me they're going to be using a lot of old assets. The game engine itself for Stellar Blade is really amazing. So why wouldn't you want to reuse it for a sequel? Just add in new creatures, monsters, new levels. Just use the same framework. Hell, just use the same model for Eve. Maybe just give her a new weapon. It's enough, you know? No need to make new assets. Just reuse what you have for Stellar Blade 1 and make a sequel out of it. Developers have been doing this for ages. And that means a quick turnaround time. More levels and more time for Shift Up to, you know, make more new content using the old stuff that they have. There's really no need to create new things, on their side, when Stellar Blade already looks awesome. The only thing I guess you could fix is the story, because I did not care much about the story for Stellar Blade 1. All I know is you got handsome people doing cool action things. I skipped most of the cutscenes. You fight hot models who are robots, monster creature things, soldier knights, warrior, priestess warrior ladies and whatnot, and mechas and giant robots and shit. It's a cool game. It's a lot of cool things going on. I just don't really care about the context that ties it all together. Shift Up, there's to fix that. And here's the crazy thing. They do really good storylines. In NIKKE, the mobile game that they have, like, it's text. There's a lot of talking heads, but there's really some personality going on with the stories in NIKKE compared to Stellar Blade. But hey, that's the reason why you make a sequel, right? You can fix whatever you did wrong in the first game and make it better. So the music's great. Keep the composers. Keep the music. Music is stellar. Just make new music with the same guys. Graphics are great. Action is great. Maybe I could do without a stamina meter, but that's just me. Or something along those lines. Stellar Blade, the PC version is coming out, so you get to play it in the smoothest way possible. I don't mind replaying the game. I'm just going to skip all the cutscenes and whatnot. I like the shooting, the combat, and also you're given another reason to replay the game because the NIKKE crossover is actually coming in on June the 8th or June 16th, where I believe Stellar Blade is going to get a mini game that's based off NIKKE's gameplay, which is basically a third-person on-rail shooting. That'll be really cool, especially if you're a fan of seeing Eve's ass jiggle. You also get to fight a boss called Silk? Snow? I need to look it up. That is a character you fight. You will fight... God damn it. Can you just give me the fucking name for this? Scarlet. It is a character with a fisherman's hat. A Ronin hat and a katana. She does this cool thing in the trailer where she invites Eve up to a quiet place, have a drink before they have their showdown, epic showdown. So that'll be a fun boss fight. So one boss fight, a bunch of awesome costumes. You get to wear Rappy's costume, the big tits bazooka robot. I forgot her name. Alice is also a costume you can get. I believe you can get Dorothea, I'm not sure. And then there's a creature that pops out at the end of the Stellar Blade Cross NIKKE trailer. A creature named Doro. Little four-legged, little cute munchkin who hops around and basically baits Eve to chase her. So I read up on Reddit that apparently Doro is a fan-made caricature of a serious character named Dorothy in NIKKE. People kind of prefer Doro more because it's not serious. It's a humorous little gremlin, cute gremlin that people want to protect. So good on Shift Up to recognize fan humor and incorporating it as canon in the game itself. So good job. Let's see a bunch of other news. A24 and writer/director Alex Garland of 28 Days Later and Annihilation fame will be teaming up with Bandai Namco and From Software to make the live-action adaptation of hit role-playing game Elden Ring. I can see this happening. I kind of thought they'll have like the Game of Thrones people making an Elden Ring game, but I guess Alex Garland is just a better writer and the better director, it seems. Alex Garland did great work with 28 Days Later, that really awesome horror film Annihilation, the one with the bear and all the crazy shit happening in the alternate world. The Talking Bear movie, yes. And for him to actually create the story of the Tarnish fighting against all these other cool, messed up family characters in Elden Ring, and to have his special effects team working on the monsters. That would be pretty cool. I look forward to that. I would like to see the trailer for this end of the year, like probably for maybe not so soon, probably next year. I mean, everything's all sorted out. They haven't even found actors yet. They haven't even found who's gonna do the special effects and who's gonna be the main character, who's gonna play Godfrey, who's gonna play all the similarly named characters in the game, Melania or the alien from the alien boss in the last stage of the game. Who is gonna play ulcerated tree spirit? Yeah, who's gonna play Tree Sentinel? I like to ask, So many questions and casting choices. Who will Brad Pitt play? I think he can be Horalu, I guess. Got him all buffed up with the dead lion on the floor. I guess Cate Blanchett could actually be in the show. She can be the lady who talks to you, who at the start of the game, the one who gives you a torrent. Who's gonna play Rani? Oh, so many. This will be interesting cast choices. Who will Matt Berry play? Oh my god. I guess he can be a comedic in one of the peasants. He can be the guy who actually steps on Godfrey's head when you kill his Godric's form, the early boss with the dragon for a hand. He can be the guy who steps on Godric's head after you kill the boss. That'll be funny. Yeah. Oh my god, so many possibilities. I just want to see Reddit as well to see what all these choices will be made for the upcoming Elden Ring movie. Alright, maybe just a couple more before I wrap up. Some other awesome pieces of news. Let's see. Kojima Productions' upcoming spy game, Physint will only be getting announcements and updates after 3 or more years. He said this in an interview when they were previewing Death Stranding 2 for the media. That game's coming out end of June. Looking forward to that. Because I'm looking forward to the batshit insane shit he's gonna be doing for that game. So Physint will be a spy game. I guess it could be like the Metal Gear Proxy that Kojima Productions will be doing, since they obviously cannot make Metal Gear games since that's owned by Konami. So that's coming out, or at least I'll have a trailer in the next 3 years. So 2028, 2029, 2030. Maybe when the PlayStation 6 is out, that could be a thing that Kojima Productions will announce. As for now, we're getting Death Stranding 2, and we're getting OD for Xbox. That'll be a horror game, psychological horror game that will probably be out next year. I don't think Kojima Productions shouldn't be cannibalizing their own games. So this year will be Death Stranding 2's year. OD will be next year, 2026. And then we'll get more Kojima stuff in the future or whatnot. So, and plus, speaking of which, there's gonna be a Taiwan tour for Death Stranding. There'll be a Death Stranding 2 World Tour. PlayStation Asia is hosting a contest, I believe, for the July leg of the Taiwan tour. The Taiwan leg. It'll be like one night only. It'll be on the 9th of July. It could be that week. So you can actually go to PlayStation Asia's website. Check the Twitters. There'll be a contest that you're gonna highlight. So there'll be 2 winners from different regions in Southeast Asia they'll pick. So 2 from Singapore, 2 from Malaysia, 2 from Thailand, 2 from Philippines, and 2 from Indonesia. They're gonna be the winners when they buy. Okay, so basically to participate, you gotta buy, pre-order a copy of Death Stranding 2, and then you gotta fill in the form that's on the link itself on the PlayStation Asia website, and then hope you get picked, pretty much. And then those who are chosen will get to go on the trip to Taiwan, get to go for the events, 2-night stay, and then all good right there. It'll be like I guess the tour thing will be one night, so they probably will get the autographs and whatnot, check it out, get some questions answered, see the batshit stuff that pops up in Death Stranding 2, so that'll be fun. So yeah, if you're a fan of Death Stranding 2, or even the first Death Stranding, or anything Kojima related, that will be a contest you might want to check out, because the end date for that will be, I think it'll be on the 2nd or the 6th, it'll be the first week of June, so you better, as soon as you hear this, just sign up for it this weekend. Just do it as fast as you can. A couple more. Yeah, okay, last piece of news. The Warhammer Skulls 2025 livestream has announced a good number of Warhammer 40k titles. We've got Space Marine Definitive Edition for PC and consoles. We have a sequel to Warhammer 40k Bolt Gun 2. They showed off some new gameplay, like little teasers and whatnot, some new stages. That's coming out in 2026 for PC and consoles. And then we've got Owlcat Games. They are making Warhammer 40k Dark Heresy. This is the RPG Warhammer game. Turn-based combat. Kind of like Baldur's Gate 3 in a sense, except in the Warhammer universe. The last game Owlcat made in the Warhammer universe is Rogue Trader. That's a really good game, which I really gotta play. So Warhammer 40k, you're playing an Inquisitor, recruiting all manners of characters to basically combat against the dark heresy, dark prophecy that's boiling in that universe. I believe the characters you get to recruit are a sniper alien, you've got a giant ogre that's experimented on and smart, you've got like a military acolyte, you've got a healer medic character, you've got a psychic magician alien. Those are the characters announced so far. In the trailer, they teased a I guess it's a Nightmare Soldier or the Nightmare Troops from the Nightblood or the Nightmare whatnot from the Warhammer 40k side of things. A special kind of Space Marines who are evil, I guess. So there's a good chance you might recruit those guys onto your team. Who knows? That would be pretty cool because they have the really cool bat helmet, So that would be really cool to see. So those are the 2 Warhammer games that are coming out. The ones that, there is actually Speed Freaks, but that's coming out. That's already a non-free-to-play game. That should be out this week. Not really into that. I'm more into Bolt Gun 2. In fact, they actually announced a free Bolt Gun game called Bolt Gun. Words of Vengeance, where it's a rail shooter. You type words to kill enemies. It's essentially Typing of the Dead, but in the Warhammer 40k universe, in the 2D style graphics that they have for Bolt Gun. That is really fun. You should check that out. Just check it out. Play that. It's free. It's fun. Just go for it. It's obviously a joke game, but one that's made with love. So that's enough Warhammer 40k stuff. Maybe some stuff I need to wrap up before we close in. I think I will be checking out an indie game that I can't talk about. I'll probably talk about it next week. Really cool. Really cool one. You gotta tune in to like the 28th to see the full review and whatnot. And yeah, those are the only pieces of news we got that actually interest me, and something that I just want to talk about here. Say, yeah, 40k stuff looking pretty good. No one's dying, no industry burning down stuff. The stuff about the Bungie plagiarism, that was really messed up. Yeah, so, but apart from that, yeah, I'm just focused more on the stuff that's coming out. Yeah. And so that is it for our really short one-man segments in KKP Untitled Show. I'm your host, Jonathan. So yeah, Mrs. Toffee. Next week we'll be talking about a lot more games, definitely. And a bunch more news coming up. This is like the weathering the storm, basically. Because you've got like the upcoming on June 6, 7, 8 that week. It's going to be Summer Games Fest. And we also got our pals from the Southeast Asian side of things talking about their upcoming Southeast Asian video games. Just a shout out to the team there. Southeast Asia Game Showcase. They got the YouTube page, a channel, everything. You got guys from Toge Productions. You've got guys from Copy Forge. Even the people I met, Control D Studios, showcasing a bunch of stuff they're gonna be doing as well. So yeah, the showcases are happening on 7th, 8th, 9th June. The Southeast Asia Games Showcase is going to be on the 7th. More like the 8th of June, 3 a.m. Malaysian time. So do check out the YouTube page. Yeah, look forward to that, as well as the Summer Games Fest and Day of the Devs. All that's all coming up. It's just going to be like the calm right now before the storm. So glad we actually got some games in. Do check out the reviews on our website, YouTube page. We're going to be updating it every week. This video should be out definitely on the 24th. And that's it. Alright, thank you so much for tuning in. We're probably doing more features as well in June, you know. Just more, something less of this. I mean, we still do this every week, but bigger focus on, you know, like, hey, here's a feature, go check it out, you know. Here's something like a top 10 or listicles and whatnot that we've been seeing for quite a while. We've been doing a lot more of these shit posting and whatnot, but we'll try to change that. You know, we're running a tight ship here. Don't forget. So, and plus some of us do need to take a break and all that. So I got my break already, like the past couple of weeks or so. So now we're just into the swing of things, like really, really big hitters and whatnot. Stay tuned for more awesome content in June. Yeah, and of course, follow us on Kakuchopurei.com, the website, and also like and subscribe to our channel. Follow us, it helps us a lot. You know, hit the notification button, we get new content every week, publish new stuff every week, and that's it. Here's me, Mr. Toffee, signing out. We'll probably hopefully we can advertise for Arizona Tea. Those are the guys I would really like to, you know, get some sponsorship money from, you know. Been drinking the drinks, really awesome stuff, really good drinks. Yeah, really like the energy teas they have. As much as energy drinks from Monster are good and carbonated and really peppy, I believe Arizona Tea is where it's at in terms of taste and probably health factor. That's just me. Maybe we can have like a taste test competition between me and Lewis. We'll figure out which has the better tastes. Anyway, look forward to our awesome stuff. Me signing out, and see you guys next week. Ta-ta for now. Bye-bye. Here, look at the camera. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.